The start of a new NBA season is one of the most exciting moments for basketball fans. As teams return to the floor, each franchise has different goals that can go from winning the championship or earning a higher seed during the regular season to developing young players and building for the future. But teams are not the only ones who draw attention. While a large part of the focus will always be on how each organization performs as a unit during the regular season, players also turn into a source of excitement for fans as they can either push a team to the next level or be a bright spot in the middle of a disappointing season. And that is especially true for young players since their development can change how a good team plays. But when it comes to the young star, no one creates as much hype as Luka Doncic. And while the Slovenian is coming off an impressive season, there's reason to believe he could play even better while also helping the Mavericks finish with a better record. Welcome to Courtside. Today we're taking a look at Doncic's game as he enters his third season in the league and how he may be about to keep making history. Doncic is one of the most talented and unique young talents in the world. However, unlike most NBA players, he didn't earn that reputation by playing in the league. The Slovenian started playing around European clubs at a very early age, earning the attention of Spanish club Real Madrid, who decided to sign him to a 5-year contract when he was only 13 years old. Doncic started playing with the team's under 16 and under 18 clubs, standing out over older players because of his talent. Then by age 16, he made his pro debut with the senior club. Though he didn't have a meaningful role with Madrid's rotation at first, he started catching the eye of the public by his second season, being named a EuroLeague Rising Star in the process. But he jumped to international stardom by his third season. After being a key piece for a Madrid team that won both the local tournament and the EuroLeague championship, Doncic became the youngest player to win the MVP of both leagues, solidifying his status as one of the brightest young stars in the world. Having won it all in Europe, his next step was to come to the best league in the world. Thus, he declared his eligibility for the 2018 draft and was subsequently selected by the Dallas Mavericks after multiple teams controversially passed on him. At first, most people were skeptical about the youngster's ability to have as much success in the NBA as he did in the EuroLeague, but the Mavericks were confident he had star potential and decided to give him a chance to prove himself during his rookie year. Needless to say, the results were impressive. The young star lived up to the hype by having an outstanding season and helping Dallas play better than what was initially expected. As a result, he earned Rookie of the Year honors, becoming the second European player to win the award, as well as the fifth one to average at least 20 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds during his rookie year. But to everyone's surprise, the youngster had only been scratching the surface of his game. During his second season, the Slovenian improved in almost all areas of his game, leading to a significant increase in his averages. On top of that, he was able to lead the Mavericks' resurgence in the Western Conference along with Latvian star Kristaps Porzingis, resulting in his first selection to the All-Star game, which came as a starter. By the end of the regular season, Luka became the youngest player to lead the league in triple-doubles while also averaging close to a 30-point triple-double throughout the season. But when it looked like he was already playing at his best, he showed he still had another gear inside the Orlando bubble. In the seeding games, his play took another leap forward as he averaged 30 points, 10 rebounds, and almost 10 assists while helping the Mavericks lock a playoff seed for the first time since 2016. Then, as the postseason started, he showed the world he was already one of the best players in the world. Though he wasn't able to take his team over the Los Angeles Clippers, he performed at an outstanding level, making game-winning buzzer beaters despite being injured, and helping Dallas play at a high level despite having lost Porzingis because of injury. Had he and Porzingis been at full health, there could have been a chance for the Mavs to have defeated the Clippers, considering the way LA was playing and its eventual collapse in the following round. But while that didn't happen, their performance as a team left everyone in Dallas satisfied with the way they had improved during the season, as well as excited for what could become a championship contender in the following years. Still, now that Doncic has reached superstar status, it's fair to wonder what the next step in his career will be, as well as how the Mavericks can keep benefiting from his amazing talent. But both questions have an easy answer. The best is still to come. While Luka has already displayed basketball skills that most players only dream about having, we must remember he's only 21, and that means he's not even close to reaching his peak yet. From a physical standpoint, there's a chance his body goes through a few changes as he grows older. Usually, most players his age are looking to build muscle and gain some weight to become stronger and better equipped to compete against pro athletes. And though we shouldn't expect someone that has been playing basketball for almost his entire life to make any drastic changes to his body at this point, there are still little things he can do to make his life easier. Since he's not the fastest or most athletic player, he has to rely on his skills to get past defenders. While that has worked to perfection so far, getting stronger could help him become even better when driving to the hoop, as well as making him more resistant against players who will try to bully him with their physicality, as was the case in the playoffs. Other than that, we shouldn't have worries about his shape. After all, despite most fans taking to Twitter to express their concern about him not looking at his best form during recent preseason games, he accepted the criticism and acknowledges he still wasn't in playing shape. In other words, he's well aware of how he can make his body work better, even if he's capable of dominating opposing teams while being out of shape. But other than that, while it may be difficult to make as much progress as he did from year 1 to year 2, he should benefit from the experience and work that comes with spending more time in the league. Let's take a look at other great players to prove this. Legends like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant were dominant players at an early age, and while their production didn't change a lot after establishing their roles as team leaders, the improvement they made on the court was evident. Both relied on their athleticism early in their careers to impose their will over opposing players, but as they started to age or went through a few injuries, they started changing their game so they could still dominate without having to rely as much on their physical gifts. In the end, both became experts at scoring from anywhere on the court and could break down opposing defenses and score over anyone by using advanced moves that would leave everyone in awe. Current stars like LeBron James and Kevin Durant have made things differently. While both showed to be outstanding basketball players as soon as they made their debut, they've managed to keep improving over time. KD was already an elite scorer by year one, and it didn't look like there was anything he could do or get better on that. So aside from refining the skill that made him an elite player, he started to work on other areas of his game like passing and defending. And by the time he joined the Golden State Warriors, he was an excellent defensive player and playmaker, aside from being arguably the purest scorer in the game. On the other hand, LeBron had to alter his game as he became older. After joining the Heat, he focused on developing a post game that helped him create plays for himself and his teammates. Then, as he went into his 30s, he became better at shooting from long range and has seemingly perfected the fadeaway. That has helped him become a more versatile scorer that doesn't have to rely as much on his athleticism, even though he's still among the fastest and strongest players in the league. So, what does that mean for Luka? While he seems to be a step ahead of the players we've mentioned so far, there are still many ways in which he can become a better player. His defense and long-range shooting are the first things that come to mind when taking a look at last season. Those are the areas of his game where he can make a noticeable improvement. But as he gets more experience, he should also be capable of making shots easier. In other words, we shouldn't expect him to average a 40-point triple-double in the coming year. Instead, we should expect him to become a more refined player that becomes capable of affecting the game on both ends of the court and making ridiculous plays look like a piece of cake. That could eventually help him earn multiple awards and even championships. In fact, odds makers at Vegas believe there's a chance he could become MVP as soon as next season. And the most impressive thing is that it seems like that's completely possible. After all, while Dallas was already a solid team, it often let games slip away in the clutch. So if Doncic gets better at helping close out these games, just like he did against the Clippers in the playoffs, there's a chance the Mavericks start winning more often. If they finish with one of the best records in the Western Conference, it's easy to see Luka becoming the youngest MVP in league history, since he already finished in the top 5 during last season. In the end, while Luka is already a superstar deserving of MVP consideration, it's safe to say he should only keep getting better as the years go by. With more experience, he'll be able to refine the things he already does well while also making progress in the areas that need the most work. That, along with his charisma, will make him a favorite in the eyes of the media to win multiple awards if he's capable of leading the Mavericks to more wins in the regular season. And considering all the things he's already done, it's not hard to see him becoming next year's MVP and perhaps helping Dallas win 1 or 2 playoff series. But now, what are your thoughts on Luka's potential? Do you see him taking another leap forward in the coming years? Let us know in the comments. We hope you've enjoyed today's video, and if you did, remember to like it and subscribe to our channel for more NBA content. We are Courtside.